the Logitech SmartDock is part of the Skype room system. And what you see here is the Logitech dock itself is a permanent mounting for a Microsoft Surface Pro that's running the Skype room system software. And what this basically does is allow a user to come into a meeting room and join a video conference as easy as clicking one button. So what's going to happen, I touch the screen, join my call, and automatically I'm joining the meeting. And I can see that there's one person in the meeting with me. And we're using our camera here, so you can see our near-in video in the lower corner down there. We're using this audio device. And there is not Fraser Crane, actually Robin is joining us from her home in Boulder, Colorado. So she's using the an anonymous Fraser Crane name. Anyhow, so we're in the meeting, the call with Robin, and this is the user interface that you would be seeing as a user on the control panel, and then your video.
So no more 10-digit passcodes.
Yeah, no more. I have to call IT to get into my meeting, or 10-digit passcodes, or oh my gosh, did anybody send the meeting URL? Could you text that to me? So it's all within the Skype interface that people use every day on their desktops. So what they've done is they've just optimized the Skype interface for use in a meeting room, but it's almost the exact same interface. So as an example, if I wanted to text someone, for instance, if I wanted to text someone in this meeting, I could text, say hi, and then Robin's going to see that text and she can return the text. And so it's just like I'm in a regular Skype conversation. Also makes it really easy to share content. So there's a couple of ways to share content. I can share content by uploading a deck to the calendar notice. When I scheduled this meeting, I knew I was going to be doing a briefing, so I went ahead and just uploaded the slides for this briefing, and those will launch in just a second. There we are. So, and then I can just present from the control panel. I can just flip through the slides. I'm going to just kind of flip through to that one. So that's one way to share content, is to load it in the calendar notice of the meeting. But maybe I didn't have my slides ready, when I set up the meeting 2 weeks ago. And so I may have been working on my slides, as I often am, right up to the moment before the meeting. So the other way I can share content is by actually just sharing locally through my PC. And I can, again, just share content into the meeting, and again, I'm sharing content now from my PC as opposed to preloaded content that's already in the meeting notice. A couple other things I can do once I'm sharing content. You can see that I'm sharing my deck here, and we've got the other users are in a small pane on the right. Let's say that I wanted to go to full screen layout for my content because I'm doing a formal presentation. So it's as easy as that. I just simply touch layout and pick full screen content. Or maybe I want to go back to, oops, why is it not allowing me to do that? Maybe I want to go with, it's not allowing me. It's, you know why? Because Fraser's got her camera muted. Hey, Robin, go off camera mute for me. She's like, okay, now I should be able to change my layout. It's odd. It's not allowing me. Something's going on wrong. It should allow me to go to full screen on gallery layout, but for some reason it's not allowing me. Maybe because I'm in HDMI. Let me try something else. Just for fun, every time I do this demo, I like to play with new features. There, now it will allow me to do it. That's interesting. So that's an interesting one, Robin. When I'm sharing locally from HDMI from my PC, it won't allow me to go to gallery. It'll only allow me full screen or the content shared with the people. So that's just every time I do this presentation, I find new features. So that's how you share content, and then I can stop presenting, and we'll just go back to full screen mode. A couple other things you can do. You can mute your camera. So let's say I didn't want to have my camera on. I can mute my camera. I can also select a different camera. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Logitech group camera. So I can select different cameras. I can mute the audio. And when I mute the audio, it will mute the speaker and microphone. And if I have the extensions mics, it will also mute those. What else will it do? I'm going to go ahead and hang up this call, Robin, and I'm going to show some of the other features. I didn't have a meeting scheduled, so there's nothing on the room's calendar. I just want to come in and have a Skype meeting. So I can come in and have a Skype meeting. I can look up Fraser in the Skype directory, and you can see Fraser's there, but he looks like he's in Do Not Disturb mode. We'll see if we can get hold of him. We can invite him to a meeting. We'll see if he answers. I'm not sure if he will or not. We'll see if Robin answers this. She's like, no, I'm not going to answer your call. I don't want to talk to you. I just talked to you. Yeah, she's not going to answer. But anyhow, I could pull a whole bunch of people. Let's say we wanted to have 5 or 6 people in the meeting. I can simply find them in the Skype directory, put them all in, and invite them all into a meeting.
Is there any limit of the people that could be?
Ooh, there probably is. I don't know what the upper limit is to how many people you can have in a single Skype call. So it would be a limit of Skype. And there's got to be some upper limit because you can't say infinity. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what the limit. Yes, you can call anyone that's got a Skype that's in your Skype directory. And if you're federated with another company, you could certainly call anybody that's federated outside. You can also simply use the dial pad to make a phone call. So you can use the audio device, so you can use the speakerphone in the middle of the table, just come in, sit down, dial someone, whether you're just dialing their cell phone or you can call into a conference bridge and have an audio conference call. If I just wanted to, I'm not in a Skype meeting now, but I just want to come in and use the screen to share a deck with colleagues in the room, so not bringing anyone remotely, just bring in, and again, I just click present, and I'm going to present directly from my PC. And that would be useful for, a formal presentation, but also could be useful for if we wanted to just come in and collaborate on like a Word document. Just open the Word document, and we can, use the, use the screen to display our collaboration session. And then one other thing you can do, let's say we came into a meeting room and we had scheduled a Skype meeting in our Outlook calendar. We had a meeting scheduled, but we forgot to invite the room. Or maybe we decided at the last moment, hey, we've got 5 people, let's go ahead and do this in a meeting room instead of just doing it on Skype desktop. So you could come into the room and then invite the room to your existing meeting. So you've already got a meeting on the calendar. You decided at the last minute, let's go ahead and put it in a room. You can go ahead and invite that room into your meeting.
That's a very useful feature. So the equipment that you have here on the table, is that necessary, or can you just have the laptop?
What you need for the Skype room system experience is you need this. You don't actually need your laptop, so this is optional. Yeah, that would be if you wanted to present content locally. So the base that you really need is you need the SmartDoc Surface Pro 4 running Windows 10 Enterprise and the Skype meeting room software. So basically you need the dock, the Surface Pro, and the software, so 3 components. Then you are also going to need an audio device, so we're using the Logitech Group speakerphone for your audio. And if you can just use this for an audio conference room. Some people don't really want to have video in the conference room, so you could just use it as an audio only. The vast majority of people are going to want to go ahead and video enable those rooms. So in that case, so this is capable, if I'm assuming my PC is capable of displaying 1080, so I can do 1080p 60 frames per second. If I wanted to play a video to that screen, I can play at 60 frames per second using the local content.
This is on the market already, right?
Yes.
What is the price?
Yeah, so the price for the, so we're not selling the dock by itself. We're selling it through Microsoft's network of resellers. So when you buy it, you buy the dock preloaded with the Surface Pro and the software. And the street price for that bundle of the dock, the Surface Pro tablet, and the Skype meeting room software is around $1,600, $1,699 in that range. Then when you add the camera, so that you can use multiple different cameras. So one of the cameras you can use actually is the Kinect. I should grab one of those. So this camera, it has audio on the bottom, so you've got audio on the bottom and the camera on the top here. So for a small room, maybe seating up to 5 or 6 people, you wouldn't need anything more than this for your audio and your camera, and this is a 1080p camera. So this is $500. So you'd basically buy your base at, what did I say, $1,699 plus $500, so do the math on that, what's that, $2,200 if I added right? So that for a small huddle room, that's basically everything you need for a small huddle room except the screen. You still need a screen, of course. And then for a larger room, the configuration I was just demoing with the group speakerphone and the PTZ Pro camera, which will serve a larger room, so a room that would serve up to about 12 people. This is $1,000. So you take your $1,699 plus $1,000, so about $2,700 street price for, again, everything except the screen. And then for an even larger room, you can buy the product with expansion mics. So we have 2 expansion mics, and let's see if I've got any sitting around. Here, I've got one. So you can buy it with these expansion mics, which give you greater range. So you plug these into the base of the phone, so they give you a little bit better audio range, audio pickup. And then we also bundle that package with a longer cable, because in a large room, you're going to want to put the dock farther from the screen, and that package runs about $3,200. So your price points are about $1,699 for the base package, add another $500 for a huddle room camera, add another $500 on top of that for a mid-size room, and then add about another, $300-$400 for a large room. That would be a room that would serve about 20 to 25 people. And if you wanted to put one of these in like an auditorium or a classroom or a very large room, what you would do is you would not use a desktop audio device. You would use integrated drop mics in the ceiling, and you would simply use the PTZ Pro camera and then use installed audio, a higher-end AV installed audio solution for a very large auditorium.